What's up, YouTube? Just doing a quick video to show you guys how to modify a controller. I thought I had posted a video similar to this a while ago, but I guess I didn't, and I lost a video. So we're going to be modifying this controller into a Scuf-like controller for all you competitive gamers out there. You can also do this. You can do this with any type of Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 controllers. I'm sure there's others as well. I just have never had the need to do it on anything else. Alright, so anyways, in the back you've got 7 screws. I believe it's a T8 Torx screw. Alright, so you hit the 7 spots. So once you pop the sticker to get the bolt out, your controller is no longer under warranty. Alright, so I've already modified this controller. I'm just doing a quick fix to it, but I'll be able to show you what's been done on it. Alright, the easiest way to get the controller apart is to actually push the thumbsticks through. I don't need that side, so I'm just going to place it off to the side. Alright, so on this board, if I can get it close enough, I've replaced an LED here and an LED there. So I've got red, green, and you can see the wires where they're hooked up at. Obviously the A button, the B button. Now it's actually the A button that has been giving me issues. As you can see, I've got it grounded underneath. Alright, so my A button went bad. Got my soldering iron, it's already been heating up. So I'm actually going to hit the solder points rather than hitting the hot glue, just so I can, because it'll actually melt the hot glue for me, rather than getting the controller all sticky or the soldering iron all sticky. Getting warm. I could I'm starting to see all this stuff melt. The other things I've done on this controller, I've put so I've got the tact switches in the back. I've put trigger stops on it. I've got the LEDs, and I've removed the rumble packs. Alright, got the tact switch out. While it's still kind of warm, I'm going to take off all the excess hot glue. Alright, that little bit's not going to hurt it. Alright, now on to replacing the tact switch. I just grabbed myself a pair of they're going to be coming out. Anyways, got myself a pair of locking needle nose pliers, I guess you could call them. Duck nose. They're not duck nose. Really? They are curved. It makes it a lot easier. Alright, my bad, guys. Back to what we were doing. So right now I'm heating up the solder so I can take the wires off. Rather than rerunning them, I'd rather reuse them. Not only that, but they will also have some solder on them, which will make it even easier to solder them to the next tact switch. Alright, new tact switches. tighten up these wires. Alright, so the tact switches I have, they've got 4 arms on them, so I'm going to fold them over so that they touch each other, or else it won't work. And one of these guys, maybe I'll get I'll have the patience to go through a full mod with you, or when somebody else sends me a controller, I will show you on theirs. This one's just a quick fix. I want to get back to gaming, and once you have a Scuf, you won't play without one. Alright, got some flux, some solder, and get rid of the old switch. Clamp it down on the new one. Just want to make sure it's in the video for you. All right. Easy peasy. I'm going to unplug my soldering iron and plug in a hot glue gun so I can get them back on there. Alright, while I'm waiting on that to warm up, there's actually 2 different ways to put the tact switches on. Alright, you can do it on the button itself and then ground it underneath, or you can scratch both carbon pads and put one wire, one lead to both sides of it. And actually, while I'm waiting on it to heat up, might as well start the controller up. You guys could see the LEDs, and I can, well, I guess I can't really test the button at the moment. So you can see the LEDs there. Oh. Let's try this once more. Alright, actually it was connected to the Xbox, so I did just test it real quick. Works fine. Just make sure I didn't break any of the wires taking it out. And there's a close-up of the trigger stops. See if the hot glue gun's hot and ready yet. And that outlet must be burnt. Now some people do the paperclip mod, they stick it right in here. It's a cheap way to do a trigger stop. Not only that, but it could really mess up your controller. Plus they're metal. You never want to have metal inside of a circuit board unless you know what you're doing. Another good tip I could tell you is check the bottom of your controller with your metal finger and put a mark there. That would be the spot where you would want to drill the hole for your tact switch. Just makes it a lot more comfortable. You don't want to drill your hole too big or else your hot glue is going to go through it. It's going to stop your button from working. There we go. Done with the hot glue. Just got to test the button, make sure it's still working, which it is. Alright. Now it's time to put it back. Well, the other things I could tell you is a lot of times these wires will get in your way. Having a little screwdriver, I'll probably use the T8 torque screw if they get in the way, because they can stop you from sealing the controller perfectly, which isn't that much of a big deal. It still stays functional, but if you're a gamer like me, it could definitely put some bruises on your hands. There we we go. That was one stopping it from going all the way down. Perfect. And then just to put it back. One of the other things I was thinking about doing when I get enough subscribers on my YouTube channel, I was actually thinking about doing a Scuf like giveaway with either it could be PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, or Xbox One, doesn't matter to me. Controllers are pretty cheap. I already have the extra parts. I used to do them a lot and sell them on eBay. Alright, so I normally put the middle screw in first. Just helps keep it all steady. And actually a lot of times I'll test it with just the one screw in. Be careful not to tighten these screws too much. They screw into plastic, so you can strip them rather easily. There we go, we got our Christmas colors going on. I'll show you one more time. Trigger stops on the back. Taking a red controller, black controller, mix to match the cases. Give it a unique look that way. And then just to put the rest of the screws in. So you want to make sure that the controller lines up. If you can notice, there's no gap there. It lines up perfectly. You want to make sure you do that before you start screwing it in. Unlike a contractor, you don't want to use the screws to suck in, quote unquote. You don't want to suck in the controller pieces together. They are plastic controllers. They will break. But all in all, when you know what you're doing, you can have the controller done in less than a half an hour, I would say. I'll go around one more time just to make sure that they're in. Then you can see the back. That's a tact switch. That's a tact switch. Nice and fresh. You can hear how nice it clicks compared to my older one. But I'm not going to replace that until it dies on me. Alright, well I hope you guys learned a lot from the video. Now you guys know how to modify your own controllers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Please share the video. Alright, I'll talk to you guys soon.